Every single day, millions of shipping containers move across the globe. This massive network of ships and ports is what keeps our grocery stores stocked and our electronics affordable, moving goods around the world at incredible speed. But because this system is so vast and moves so quickly, it's remarkably easy to hide things in the middle of it. For criminals, it's the perfect place to make money disappear. Experts estimate that about $1.4 trillion in illicit cash is moved through these trade routes every single year. This happens through a process where people use everyday business deals, the simple act of buying and selling stuff, to disguise where their money actually came from and move it across borders. To see how they do it, we have to look at the basic rule of a normal store. In a legitimate deal, the scale is balanced. The money paid matches the actual market value of the goods. Criminals intentionally break that balance. They manipulate the transaction details, lying about cost or quantity, to move a massive pile of money using tiny amounts of actual goods. By doing this, they turn a standard business transaction into a secret global money-moving machine. Let's look at how this works in the real world. Imagine a criminal group in country A has a pile of illicit cash, and they need to get it to their partners in country B. First, the criminal uses $100,000 of that cash to buy a pallet of standard laptop computers. Everything looks normal so far. But now, look at the paperwork. The partner in country B sends over an invoice for those laptops, but they write down that the price is actually $1.1 million. The physical laptops are loaded onto a ship and sent across the ocean. To anyone watching the docks, it looks like a $100,000 shipment of computers is moving from one place to another. However, the criminal takes that $1 million invoice to their bank. Because the bank sees what looks like a real business document, they wire the full $1.1 million digitally to country B. Now, the partner in country B has the laptops, but they also have $1 million in extra cash that shouldn't be there. Because there is an official receipt to back it up, that extra $1 million now looks like regular business profit instead of criminal proceeds. By simply changing the numbers on a piece of paper, they've successfully moved a fortune across a border without anyone realizing what actually happened. Inflating the price is a common tactic, but it isn't the only way to use paperwork as a weapon. Sometimes they claim they're shipping a massive amount of goods on the invoice, but only put a few boxes in the actual container. Other times, they create phantom shipments. They make up entirely fake documents for cargo that doesn't even exist, just to justify a bank transfer. They might even ship heavy scrap metal, but label it as expensive machinery on the customs forms to explain why so much money is moving. Finding these fake shipments is incredibly difficult. As you can see in this photo, there are thousands of these containers in every port. Identifying the one box with the wrong paperwork is like looking for a needle in a haystack. At its core, this crime works by exploiting the difference between what is actually in the box and what is written on the page. So why is this so hard to catch? If someone is paying $1 million for a few laptops, why doesn't the system flag it immediately? The problem is that the global trade system is split into two separate worlds that don't talk to each other. There is a massive blind spot between the people who check the boxes and the people who move the money. Customs agents at the border see the physical pallet of laptops. They know exactly what's being shipped, but they have no idea how much money the bank is wiring to pay for it. Meanwhile, the bank sees the digital money moving on a screen. They see the $1 million invoice, but they have no way of looking inside the shipping container to see if the goods are actually worth that much. When you add in shell companies and complex global routes, it becomes very easy for illicit money to stay hidden. However, authorities are now working to bridge this gap. Governments and banks are beginning to share information to make sure the money and the cargo actually match. By using data analytics to compare invoices with real-world shipping records, they can flag suspicious prices in real time.